everybody, welcome back to TAZ's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One. I have a first look for you today on one of the brand new styles rolled out by Raquel Welch for fall 2020. This one is called High Octane. It is a brand new blonde shade. You're not going to want to miss all these details coming up. I purchased this style with my own funds from Wig Studio One. Expand the description box below where you'll find a link to this style so you can check out the prices and details. I will also attach a promo code for a discount. High Octane is a long, layered, kind of casually wavy style, something a little bit different coming out of that Raquel Welch line. But first, I want to break down and discuss this brand new blonde shade, this RL1621 SS Shaded Glazed Sand. So as of the date of this filming, the 1621 SS Shaded Glazed Sand is only available on the 3 new styles for fall 2020, which is High Octane, In Charge, and Flirting with Fashion. My hope is that they're going to promote this color in all of the heat-friendly line eventually. So the RL1621 SS starts with a medium to dark sandy blonde. A lot of that is going to be concentrated there at the nape. This just gives a very multi-tonal effect. Lots of layering of those sandy blondes, medium to dark. And that's very heavily highlighted then with a pale ash blonde. And that is, those blonde highlights are distributed throughout. I think they're a little bit chunkier around the face. And in true Raquel Welch fashion, they did band that highlight color right up to that lace front. Now, the biggest news on this, I think, is the rooting. Finally, we're getting some lighter brown rooting, and it's ash in tone. It's just a very subtle transition from the root to the main body of the color. This is so well done and so very natural looking. So let's briefly discuss the dimensions of this style so you know how it's going to hit you around the face. There's a 10.5 inch front piece here. That's going to stretch at least 3 to 4 inches below my chin. Now overall, I did measure from the crown to the tip of the hair in the back, and it's between 18 and 19 inches in its curl pattern. There are some other back and side layering on this style, and it does have a temple to temple lace front and full monofilament top. Let's take a look at this lace front. This lace front doesn't disappoint. It's everything you imagine it to be from a luxury cap from Raquel Welch. It has a temple to temple lace front that does extend back into the ear tab. Now there it's very obvious of the highlight color being brought up to the root, and lots of fiber spliced in there, giving it a nice realistic look. And then anywhere you want to part it on the top, you have a hand-tied single monofilament that gives you lots and lots of parting options and true natural appeal. So let's discuss this curl pattern. This curl pattern is something that I have never seen, just kind of briefly thinking about it, from Raquel Welch. This gives me more in mind of something from Beltress. Or even the hairdo wave cut. So what you're going to see is a lot of deconstructed beachy wave. It's kind of tapered and textured at the ends. Just kind of cascades through those layers. If it's not already obvious to you, there is a lot of hair on this style. This is a medium to thick kind of a density. It just gives lots of body and structure to the wave pattern. It feels very airy based on some of the texturizing that they've done on the ends. So let's talk Permatease. A lot of times with a voluminous curly style, you can expect a lot of that thicker, heavy, pillowy Permatease to support the curl. This one has a very modest amount of Permatease. You'll find some around that monofilament, at the crown, at the back. Most of it is going to occur at the nape. In fact, the nape is only the real only place I feel a thick, heavy presence of Permatease. Everywhere else, it's just very modest. This is the True to Light fiber by Raquel Welch, meaning that it's heat friendly. What you will notice is that Raquel Welch is coming out with mostly heat friendly styles, and I have not talked to anyone about this. I'm just kind of making my own observations and my own guesses as to why this may be. Raquel Welch brand really stands for quality, and the signature line really stands for luxury. You'll see this throughout the cap in all of the materials used, including the fiber. So the three things that I think are big reasons why Raquel Welch goes to a heat-friendly fiber on their newer styles is number one, quality and construction. These fibers are super luxurious, and that just is very consistent with the luxury and the quality of their brand. Number two is realism. I think that the heat-friendly fiber is less shiny. It moves more like natural hair. And I believe that if you like human hair wigs, this is probably the closest thing that you're going to get in terms of texture and feel. And then lastly, the option of doing a little bit of heat styling to make it yours. I just was kind of stirring this up a little bit right out of the box, giving it a shake, applying it, going through my little maneuvers here to make it frame the face how I want it, and all of a sudden you can see the fuzzies come out. Now this to me is also a very natural look. Human hair, finer human hair, always has some flyaways. Even in Hollywood, if the sun catches the hair just right on the actresses and models, you can really see little fuzzies here and there, and that's just a sign of having really fine hair. Now the good news is in high heat and humidity conditions, you're not expected to have more flyaways on this. In fact, you'll probably end up with a little more flyaways in drier conditions, especially in the fall and winter. Okay, let's take a look at this beautiful cap. Inside, look at the cap for Raquel Welch's High Octane. Temple to temple lace front. It does extend back into the ear tab. Nicely contoured, nice fine knotting. That's all hand tied. A seam adjoins to the single hand tied monofilament top. Lots of different parting options available. A nice velvet covered ear tab. The stays are minimal on this one, but I feel like it's a long style and there's plenty of fiber there for good coverage. It's a part of their Memory Cap 3 series. You'll see that the silicone does run along these weftings. That gives it a secure and custom-like fit. A velvet nape with Velcro style adjusters. I did have to cinch in and nearly crisscross those adjusters to get a secure fit for a petite average circumference. So this style is right out of the box. I took it out, inspected it, gave a quick shake to it. I also used a little bit of combing at the root just to bring it alive, separate it from the cap a little bit, bring air into the layers so that it moves freely. I used a little bit of heat from the palm of my hand to create a little bit of contour. Now this one was a little bit stubborn, probably because of the sheer weight of the sides. It's a little more difficult for me to use the heat from my hands to get the contour that I was looking for. So you may need to use a heat appliance if you want anything permanent in terms of a lift at the front. But this is pretty much how it came right out of the box. I decided on a little bit of a left of center part. I felt like that frames the face really nicely and keeps the front pieces out of my eyes. So for styling, I'm just going to manipulate this hair so you can get a good sense of the thickness and the movement and hopefully some inspiration to style it. Thank you so much for joining me today for a look at the brand new High Octane style by Raquel Welch in the new color RL1621 SS. See you next time on TAZ's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One.